Hey guys, Ramp here. Excited to continue this series. The series has been doing so well on the channel, and I'm excited and happy to do some more maps. I appreciate all the feedback, all the love in the channel, all the likes on the videos. It goes a long way. In the last video, we did have a toss-up between Labs and Canal. For the next video, I put a little coin flip out there, and it landed on Labs. So, as always, if you guys can like this video, comment what map you guys would like to see next. Comment any spots I may have missed that you guys like to use. Share this video with all your Kapkan main friends. And if you aren't already subscribed, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to see any of my content live, I do stream on both Twitch and YouTube. The link for the stream for Twitch will be in the description below. But we're going to jump in here. The normal first bomb site that you end up defending is Command Center servers. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite Kapkan spots that I use when I do get onto Labs. I know it gets banned a lot, unfortunately, because in my opinion, I think this is actually a really good map. So normally when I first get on here, I run and barricade the wall. Boom and boom. And then I will go ahead and barricade. Normally this, depending on how your team is setting up, but go ahead, put some Kapkans on there, or I will put Kapkans on here, just because of the fact that when teams end up breaking that door, they end up not looking down at that door, and they push in, depending on if they're trying to open that wall or not. So I typically will either put them here or on that door leading in. Another great spot, depending on if you think that they're going to be able to get in, you could try to put them here, but I'm not the biggest fan of that. Or on here. This is a better spot than on here in electrical, just because when they're pushing in, they're not going to end up seeing the Kapkans on this door. And as always, you guys know I like either 2 or 3 on doors. They're going to be looking back here. They're going to be looking all around the room, not down there. So it's always a good spot to have. Another great spot to do is either here or here. You're going to see this is a very common spot that I like to put my Kapkan traps on most of the bomb sites. Main reason being, you'll end up getting a lot of teams that like to push underneath. If they're trying to get the utility off the wall, depending on if you're bandit tricking or if you're cade tricking, whatever the case may be, a lot of times I do like to put them on the door frame down here, because if they do get things off the wall, they will push through here, or they'll try and push through here. And they're not going to be looking down at this door here, because they're going to be looking up at the balcony to making sure that they're not getting killed as they push through that. A few other spots I do like, and it all depends on your team. If you guys are bandit tricking, if you guys are going ahead and doing a Kaid trick, you can put them here, because a lot of times they're not looking over to the left. There's nothing over here. There's no reason really to look left. You're going to be pushing in this way. So if you are Kaid tricking or bandit tricking, they may try to push through this door. So it depends on what your team setup is, or your team dynamic is. Last but not least, I like this door frame here, just because typically you barricade this one and you put feet holes down in here, and they're not looking at that at all. They're coming in, they're looking down here at the feet, they're looking in through here, and they're not looking at that door frame down here. I'm not a big fan of this door frame. Main reason being, if you try to put it on this side, when you push in through this door, you see that? Or if teams are pushing up from below, because they can't push backside, or they already pushed through warehouse and you didn't have any Kapkan traps down there, they're going to end up seeing that there. So, those are my spots that I really like to use on Command Center servers. On to the next one, guys.
Mission failed.
All right, guys. On to your second most common bomb site that ends up getting used. You end up seeing a lot of tank and assembly. So we'll jump right in here and show you guys some of my favorite spots to use with Kapkan for this particular bomb site. So like I said before, there are some common spots that you are going to see when it comes down to your Kapkan spots on this particular map. So typically I will run up here. I will tell my team I'm going to grab hatch. I grab the hatch mainly because, once again, I usually put Kapkans on this particular door because of the fact that you'll end up getting a lot of teams that want to play vert. They'll push up here, they'll do the vert that they need to do, and then they push back through here to go back down the steps. This I get a lot of kills with. I usually put either 2 or 3 on this particular door because they're not paying attention, not looking this way. I don't typically use this door for Kapkans. And the main reason being, a lot of teams, if they are trying to do vert, will open up here. Or when they push in here. So this door is kind of irrelevant when it comes down to this particular bomb site. Another spot I do like to use up here is if teams are playing vert, is this door frame right here. Because a lot of teams will go ahead, push in, and if they want to push back site, boom, they push right through. They don't even pay attention. They don't even see it. If they want to push down the back steps back here as well. I do like to put them here sometimes, not as often. Another spot I do like, though, is here. Because if you are bandit tricking, once again, it depends on your team's dynamic. And if you guys are bandit tricking, Kaid tricking, whatever the case may be. And if you say, I'm going to give up this single wall, but I'm going to not give up the double wall. And they get this single wall. If teams are pushing here, they don't end up looking down here when you go to put any Kapkans. If they don't hop over this and they want to push through here, boom. Because they're not going to look here. So obviously there's a wall here. They're going to hit that Kapkan. You don't even see it. Even when you're at crouch level, you're not looking this way. So you're going to end up seeing nothing but death and destruction at that point. Another thing I like to do is on this door. Because once again, if they push down EXO, they're looking in. There's no reason to look this way. There's no soft wall here. So they're always going to be looking, boom, boom. They don't see the Kapkans there. You could put them on here, but I'm not the biggest fan of this particular doorway because it depends on how they push up to the doorway. They'll most likely see them. So it's not the most ideal door, but you could easily use those. I'm not a big fan of some of these other because they don't usually push from a lot of these spots. But this is one of the biggest ones here. I typically will 3-trap this door because if they're using a sledge or a ram, they're 3 armor. If you put 3 here, it'll take them out. So, all right, guys. On to the last bomb site that you normally see in ranks.
Mission failed.
All right. Last but not least, guys, kitchen cafeteria. This is a decent site to try to hold, depending on your team's dynamic and how they have it set up. But depending on who you have on your team and who's actually setting things up, typically I will come up here and try to help out, go get the hatch if need be. But I do like to start up here if I feel like they're going to be playing vert. If they played a lot of vert, if you ended up winning downstairs, I will go ahead and I will put Kapkans on this particular door here, just in case if they push through top warehouse or if they push through electrical here and try to push through. I'll put a few on there. I also will end up going ahead. You can use this door frame here because a lot of teams end up pushing in and they want to try to get that wall there. And they will push through. They're not really looking. They may look up at the stairs, but they're not looking down for Kapkans there. Same thing with right here. You can put them here if you feel like they're going to have a thermite, an ace, whoever it may be, to come up and get this wall, they're not paying attention to that particular corner. Now, like we mentioned before, a few other common themed spots that I like to use for Kapkan. Once again, this spot here, because you will end up getting a lot of teams that spawn and try to push through warehouse, clear out this way. And now you could use this door frame if you want to, but once again, I am a big fan of this door frame right here. Because, like I mentioned before, the past 2 bomb sites, they're not looking this way. They're only coming through and looking this way. And I've died to these Kapkans before. Not gonna lie. I have died to those Kapkans before. You could end up using these here. That spot as well. Because you're not typically looking this way. I know there's a soft wall there, but you're not really going to be looking that way. You're going to be looking in here, looking for any enemy combatants that are in the site here as an attacker. Because obviously there's no other hiding here. Some people do like to put them in sight in case a team does push through the window, or if they push through the hatch. The thing is, though, is that typically your team, I would hope, is locking these places down so they can't push through there and they have to push through different parts of the map. So I'm not a big fan of this door here just because of the fact that you'll end up having teams that push through here. They'll be able to see it. Or if you didn't put them on these doors and you try to put them there, you're going to see that spot there. One last spot, though, that I will leave you with that I do like to use is if somebody once again pushes through up top and they want to push through that door there, or just coming from up top in general, this door frame is a fantastic spot to have if you think that they're going to be pushing that way, or if they're coming from warehouse and they're rotating through. I've used this spot before as well. Like always, 2 Kapkans and 3 Kapkans on doors. So you have your pick of the litter here, guys, from the video. Feel free, use them. Tell me which ones have worked for you guys. Tell me which ones didn't work for you guys. If I missed any spots that you guys like to use, please educate me as well. I'm trying to become a better Kapkan main. As always, though, hit that like button. Comment what map you guys want to see next. Comment some good spots. And I would love to be able to interact with you guys live on stream. The link will be below. I hope you guys have a great day and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Later, guys.
All friendlies were eliminated.